Have you ever told yourself, I'll deal with it next year? Maybe it was your finances, maybe it was your health, maybe it was a goal you've had for years. Maybe it was learning something new or creating another source of income, perhaps. Whatever it was, next year always sounded reasonable. After all, life gets busy. Bills have to be paid. Families need our attention. Work takes up our time. Unexpected problems show up. And before we know it, another year has passed. I know because I've done it. For many years, I believed I had so much more time. Most time, I should say, more time to figure things out, more time to prepare, more time to make changes, more time to start something new. Then one day I realized something that hit me pretty hard. Waiting wasn't protecting me. Waiting was costing me. Most people think waiting is neutral. They think if they don't make a decision today, nothing really changes. But that's not true. Every year we wait, something changes. Prices change, expenses change, our energy changes, our opportunities change, the world changes. And sometimes the very thing we were waiting for never arrives. I think one of the biggest misconceptions people have is believing they need certainty before they take action. They want guarantees. They want proof. They want to know exactly how everything will turn out. The problem is life doesn't work that way. Most of the important decisions we make happen before we feel ready. Think about it. Most people weren't fully prepared to become parents. Most people weren't fully prepared to buy a house. Most people weren't fully prepared for retirement. Most people weren't fully prepared for major life changes. Yet somehow they figured it out as they went. That's how growth works. Not by having all the answers, but by taking the next step. One thing I've noticed talking with people is that many aren't really afraid of failing. They're afraid of making the wrong decision. So they delay and delay and delay. But eventually that delay becomes a habit. Then one year turns into five, five turns into 10. And suddenly they're wondering, where did all the time go? What happened? I think that's why so many people today feel stuck. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they lack intelligence. It's not because they aren't capable. It's because they got caught in the cycle of waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, the perfect plan. And perfection never arrived. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that clarity often comes after action, not before it. You don't always think your way into confidence. Sometimes you act your way into confidence. You take one step, then another, and another, and slowly the path becomes clear. That doesn't mean being reckless. It doesn't mean making impulsive decisions. It simply means recognizing that waiting has a cost too, a hidden cost, a cost we rarely calculate. Lost time, lost experience, lost confidence, lost momentum. Those things matter. Now, I'm not saying everyone should make dramatic changes overnight. In fact, I don't believe that's necessary. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is take one small step. Read the book, watch the training, have the conversation, create the plan, learn the skill, ask the question, do something that moves you 1 inch forward, because 1 inch forward is still progress, and progress compounds. The people who eventually create change in their lives are rarely the people who had perfect timing. They're usually the people who decided they were tired of waiting. If you've been putting something off, I want to encourage you today. Ask yourself one simple question. What is waiting costing me? Not financially, emotionally, mentally, personally. Because once you answer that honestly, the next step often becomes much easier to see. And who knows? 1 year from now, you may be incredibly grateful that you stopped waiting and started moving forward. If this message makes sense to you, subscribe and join me for more honest conversations about retirement, starting over, creating new possibilities, and building a life with choices. And remember, progress rarely starts with certainty. It starts with a decision.